Hey everyone, I'm Haley. Welcome to Church at Home. I'm so glad you're here this week because we are learning all about what it means to be bold. Let me explain a little more about that word bold. When you're bold, you are confident and courageous. Because of what we believe about Jesus, we can be an example to others and share boldly about him. So, let's get into it. This week's big idea says, when I am bold, I show others what it means to follow God. That's right. Part of following Jesus means being bold and doing the right thing, even if it's scary or hard. Our Bible verse reminds us that when we boldly do the right thing, we are showing others what it means to follow Jesus. We have that verse in a song to help us remember, because when we remember what God says, it helps us be bold to do what is right. Let's sing it out. Awesome job! That verse tells us to be an example to others, and when we do the right thing, we are an example of what it means to follow God and his ways. So let's say that verse together. Ready? Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. What does it look like to be bold and do the right thing? Let's watch a story from the Bible all about someone who was bold and did the right thing, even when it was hard. Check out this story.
Slapstick Theater. Esther's Request to the King. This is Esther, who was a Jewish orphan who lived in Persia during the reign of King Xerxes. Esther was adopted by her relative, Mordecai, who worked in the palace of the king. Once, Mordecai had even saved the king's life.
Yep.
Esther became the queen of Persia, but no one knew she was a Jew because Mordecai told her to keep it a secret. This is Haman, who was the second most powerful man in Persia. Haman hated Mordecai because Mordecai wouldn't bow down to him. So Haman convinced King Xerxes to make a decree to kill all Mordecai's people, the Jews. When Mordecai learned about this, he was very upset, as were all the Jews in Persia. When Queen Esther's servants came and told her about how upset Mordecai was, she sent one of her servants, Hatak, to go to Mordecai and find out what was troubling him. So Hatak went out to Mordecai, and Mordecai told him of the plan to kill God's people. Mordecai said that he wanted Esther to go to the king to ask for him to save the Jews. Esther knew that anyone who went to the king without being called could be put to death. But Mordecai reminded Esther that she may have been made queen for such a time as this. So Esther asked for the Jews to fast for 3 days. Then Esther put on her royal robes and went before the king. When the king saw Esther, he was happy to see her and asked, "What do you want, Queen Esther? I will give it to you, even if it's half the kingdom." So Esther asked the king if he and Haman would come to a banquet that she had prepared for them, and the king agreed. Esther held a banquet and then asked the king and Haman to come to a second banquet the next night. That night, the king was reminded of how Mordecai had once saved his life. King Xerxes decided that he must honor Mordecai and that Haman would help. Then, at the second banquet, Esther told the king about the plot against her people. The king was angry and asked, "Who would do such a thing?" Esther said it was Haman, and the king ordered Haman to be killed on that very night. But the decree to kill all the Jews was still in place, and the Jews were still in danger. So Mordecai asked the king to issue a new decree so that the Jews could defend themselves. The king did, and the Jews defeated all their enemies. God's people were saved and celebrated their great victory.
Esther was bold when she did what was right and stood up for God's people. She was brave and did a hard thing because she knew it was right, even though it could have cost her her life. But she wasn't alone. Her cousin Mordecai encouraged her to do the right thing. Part of following Jesus is doing the right thing because our choices show others what it means to follow God. Esther's story reminds us that we can do the right thing when we speak up for others, like when someone gossips or is a bully, lies, or hurts someone else. Anytime you see something happening that isn't right, you can be bold and speak up by telling them to stop or telling a grown-up. Doing what is right matters. You know what? Our friends Greg and Jerry are back and are discovering what it means to be bold as they review some of the best. Check it out.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Be Bold, a new collab show where we are continuing my tradition of reviewing some of the best, but this time, I'm not alone.
Jerry!
Greg!
Whoa! Hey, everybody! I'm Greg the Adventure Guy, and Jerry's been so nice to have me on his show, where he's gonna pick something new for me to test out as part of his review.
That's right, the biggest, boldest, most awesome toys and gadgets. Being bold is all about being courageous and confident, and no one is more courageous and confident than my buddy, Greg. This is
Greg and Jerry Be Bold!
Welcome back to Be Bold, everybody. Normally I stick to the reviews while Greg gets to go out and do all the fun stuff, but today we're crafting something different for you.
Did someone say crafting?
Yeah, I did. Today, Greg and I will be working against each other to assemble our very own Minecraft Explorer kits. Whoever finishes first wins this. This is a Minecraft motorized blaster bow.
Check this thing out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take a quick sec to get everything set up, and then it's time to start. Let's go.
Let's go, Jerry!
Okay, we're all set. Competition starting in 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go. Okay. All right, not gonna need those. Woo. Not gonna need those. Ah, there we go. Probably won't need any directions. Now, working in the field, you know, I can usually just see things and I know exactly how to put it together.
All right, here we go.
So that should be pretty easy.
Right. Greg, how's it going over there?
It's looking really good. I think I'm gonna have this thing up in no time.
All right.
But how's it looking for you?
It's going pretty good. I mean, I'm just taking my pieces and kind of organizing them based on the instructions right now.
Okay. Think, Greg, think, Greg. Aha! I have an idea. I'm gonna form a base here. Hold it together. There we go. That's looking really nice.
All right, some decorations. Let's give it some more structural support. Second layer almost done. I think I might try for a third layer now.
A third layer?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, no. We gotta start back from scratch. A little bit more sturdy. Oh, timer's up. Oh, okay. Drop your pieces. Now, we gotta test our Minecraft forts to see which one can hold us. Whichever one holds us is the winner.
All right, you got this. You start.
I'm going in. Open up that door.
You got
Swing
this.
it on open. And okay, open. And just like that, there.
Oh,
the
no.
house. Okay.
Well, Greg, that was pretty good, but I guess that makes me the winner, Greg.
3 stories. Whoa! That's amazing.
I know.
How'd you do that? It's even strong enough to fit 2 of us.
Yeah, let's go.
Whoa! Jerry, this is a beautiful castle.
Thanks, Greg.
Oh!
Greg and I took 2 different approaches to assembling our forts, and it's not hard to see, which one was the right way.
I just need a little bit more time, and I would have got it right.
Oh, yeah. But Greg, did you see the instructions that came with the kit?
I did, but I didn't think they were that important. I mean, it's all part of the adventure. And I thought I could figure it out by myself. I mean, instructions just slow me down.
I mean, I get that, but even though taking the time to look over the instructions made me get off to a slightly slower start, it ultimately helped me do everything properly and in the right order. The instructions, they helped me win.
Okay, but I thought you were supposed to be bold. I mean, isn't boldness all about taking risks and having confidence and being adventurous?
I mean, that's definitely a part of it, but sometimes it can feel, like a big risk to do what is right, like following instructions when we kind of want to do things our own way. Just think about the boldness we get from God. He asks us to follow his good plans and instructions. He wants us to live the right way by following him.
That's true. I mean, God does give us the confidence to be bold, doesn't he? I mean, it takes a big level of boldness to follow his way and do the right thing.
Yeah, you remember Esther? Talk about a tough situation to try to do what was right and stand up for an entire nation. When she faced her challenge, she did what was right. She thought about what to do and even, went to her cousin for help. Ultimately, she took a risk and had the confidence because she knew what was right. She stood up for God's people and she did the right thing.
I definitely learned a thing or two about following directions today, and following God is no different. Things have a way of working out when we follow him.
Yeah, and the best part about doing what's right and by following God is that when you do, you're showing other people what it means to follow God.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's like the Bible verse that talks about being an example to others as a way to show others what it means to follow God.
Oh yeah, you're talking about 1 Timothy 4:12, right?
Yes, the things we do and say show others what we're about. Esther made the choice to say the truth about who she was. And as a Christian who follows Jesus, we can share the truth about who God is and who we are because of him.
Yeah, when you're a Christian, you have someone who helps you be bold, the Holy Spirit. He helps us in life to know what to do, which helps give us the confidence to do what's right. Whenever we're scared or lonely or just don't know what to do, we can ask the Holy Spirit for help. He'll help us even though we're afraid so that we can make it through even the toughest situations.
Yeah, and we can go have the courage to live boldly and be an example of God's love. So whenever we need to be bold, we can pray to the Holy Spirit first and ask for help.
Yeah, exactly. Even when we don't have the instructions, we're never alone.
That is awesome. And this is too good not to share. Hey, friends out there, who can you share this with?
There's someone out there who is having a hard time and just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, you can do what is right and help them know they are loved by God. How awesome is that?
Yeah, it really is. I hope you all feel the same way. It's fun to review toys, take on some awesome challenges, and play silly games, but getting to know and share a little bit more about God is my favorite part of the show. We've got more of everything coming up next week, but that's all we have for now.
Bye! Okay, Minecraft
Let's
duel.
do it.
Let's go. Ugh. Now, you might have beat me in the building contest, but not in this contest. Yeah. Okay.
How was it that 2 guys who had the same supplies and same tools ended up with 2 very different designs? I mean, can we even call Greg's a fort? But the reason is simple. The directions we choose to follow, or not follow, matter. What's cool about directions is that they are written with the end result in mind. They are there to guide and show you how things work together. The same is true about God. He will help us do what is right through the Holy Spirit. That doesn't mean it will always be easy. But we can have confidence in Him. The guy said it. It takes a big level of boldness to follow God's way and do the right thing. Just like Esther shared the truth about who she was, we can do what is right and share with others about our love for Jesus. We can tell them about His love for them too. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, friends, I'm so glad you joined me for Church at Home. We'd love to see you in person at church too. Check out our campus locations and find a Saddleback Kids near you. Don't forget, we have some awesome activity sheets, coloring pages, and even some stuff for your parents online at saddlebackkids.com. Check it out, and we'll see you back here next week. Bye.